So I noticed that Call of Duty just added a brand new rank system to Warzone, which in theory sounds like a great idea, and it definitely could have been, but unfortunately they waited until the game was completely dead to drop this. And I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't touched Modern Warfare 2 since Ashika Island dropped. That was the last time I even played the game, but I have watched some friends and other fellow content creators, and there seems to be a bigger issue with Warzone, and that's that a lot of people are hacking. Like, it's actually gotten really bad. I truly just don't understand what the issue is when it comes to this. Like, are they hiring people that are incompetent and just not able to actually do their job? Or is old Bobby Kotick just being a little cheap when it comes to the cybersecurity? Or could it be that they just simply don't care, instead of investing that money into Ricochet, where they could stop hackers and, make everyone's experience a little bit better? It's like, are they just taking that funding and putting it towards making better bundles instead? I really don't get how such an established brand and company like Activision and Call of Duty just can't stop people from hacking on their game. I mean, when Splitgate was blowing up, which is made by like 4 dudes in their dad's garage, I didn't run into a single hacker, not one single time, and that game was super popular there for about a month. Anyways, I think Treyarch actually are the ones that made it, but they introduced on Infinity Ward's platform here a ranked system for Warzone. And I'll be honest with you guys, I actually think that is really awesome and something that I've kind of hoped for quite some time now. The unfortunate part about this situation is that they are, I don't know, maybe just a year late getting around to this. It's like, does anyone play Warzone, let alone does anyone watch Warzone gameplay? The last thing I heard about, any sort of BR related news is that I think it's Tim the Tatman and Ninja and whoever else are all making their own battle royale because they refuse to play Warzone 2 at the moment. And obviously, as someone who hasn't touched the game since January or February or whatever, I can't blame them. I mean, this game is pretty much, it was dead on arrival, to be honest. It really didn't have much of a hope. The game's launch wasn't horrible. It wasn't the worst we've seen, but it really needed some follow-up. Like, it really just needed some content to be added into it and give you a reason to stick around, and they just simply haven't done that. Instead, they're making a Kevin Durant bundle. Like, you guys could be making new maps. What do we have? One brand new 6v6 map in the whole freaking game? You could be doing that, but instead you're sculpting Kevin Durant in an animation thing. I don't know, man. The whole thing is just weird. It's so messed up. Bobby needs to get his priorities straight and stop being so damn cheap. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I hopped on Black Ops 2. I know, I should have recorded it, but I didn't. I hopped on Black Ops 2 just to play like a couple games. I was like trying to test something out with my mouse and keyboard. And when I did that, I actually ended up saying, wow, this game is so much more fun than I remember it being. And Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite Call of Duties of all time, so that just goes to show. Again, I only played like a couple matches, but you could just tell, like, once you got in the match, you started moving around, you were shooting the weapons, maneuvering around the map, calling in some of those nice kill streaks like dogs and swarms. Dude, the game is unmatched. Like, Call of Duty does not even feel the same, not even close. And it really sucks because you can definitely tell, like, as soon as you load up those games and you hop into them, you can tell right away that they were built specifically to be fun. That was the #1 reason those games were built. Whereas nowadays, games are built in terms of how much money can we suck out of these people. I better stop before I get myself demonetized here, gotta be a little careful. But anyways, the new Call of Duties, the new video games in general, are just meant for marketing purposes, honestly. All it is just a way for you to, spend a little bit of time and a lot more money on something that you don't need. Like, you cannot look me in the face and tell me that they put their heart and soul into Call of Duty Vanguard, let alone this Modern Warfare 2, okay? The amount of disrespect this new game does to the OG MW2 is absolutely mind-boggling. But it just really sucks because, when I booted up that game and I played a few matches, I realized we're never getting this again. Like, this is just a thing of the past. Kinda like if you look at pictures of old cars, you'll always see a bunch of different colors. I mean, any color in the book you can pick, like, you probably passed it on your way to work. Whereas nowadays, you know, cars are just white, black, and gray, and occasionally you see like a old red car, but that's about it, man. That's just the way the world is turning, and you know, when it comes to these companies, I really can't blame them at the end of the day, because essentially what happened is they made a design change, and they just so happened to stumble upon a dump truck full of cash in terms of, you know, them adjusting, making things like skill-based matchmaking and making store bundles and putting those bundles in Warzone and stuff like that. So like I totally get the reasoning behind why they're making these design changes, but also at the same time, you know, I'm like, dude, I know you guys can make a game that is fun and have bundles in it. I know it sounds crazy. If you told Bobby that, he would probably pass out, hit his head on the floor. I would have to dress up like Captain Price and give him mouth-to-mouth tongue kisses, and I don't really want to do that. But I'm just saying, Bobby, it is possible, man. It is possible. You can make a fun game and have bundles in that game as well. And guess what? They might even sell better when people don't think your product is a total pile of crap. And, you know, on that note, whatever, I think that is a great way to end today's video. Overall, you know, I'm glad they added rank to Warzone. I got off on a side tangent there, I apologize. I'm glad they added ranked into Warzone. It just sucks they did it now instead of back when, you know, Rebirth was like super popular, or even before that when every big streamer was on Verdansk, you know? I just hate to see wasted potential, man. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves in life, but guess what? It's not my game and there's nothing I can do about it, so is what it is, you know? Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it today. I'll catch you all next time. Have a great rest of your day. Later.